Stocks, Ford Motor Company, F, position boosted by Private Trust Co. NA. Other large investors also recently modified their holdings of the company. State Street Corp boosted its stake in shares of Ford Motor Company by 1.7% in the fourth quarter. State Street Corp now owns 158,887,721 shares of the auto manufacturer's stock valued at $1,927,303,000 after buying an additional 2,731,168 shares in the last quarter. Franklin Resources Incorporated boosted its position in shares of Ford Motor Company by 26.7% in the fourth quarter. Franklin Resources Incorporated now owns 80,132,269 shares of the auto manufacturer's stock valued at $972,004,000 after buying an additional 16,902,036 shares in the last quarter. Dimensional Fund Advisors LP boosted its position in shares of Ford Motor Company by 0.5% in the fourth quarter. Dimensional Fund Advisors LP now owns 37,408,809 shares of the auto manufacturer's stock valued at $453,802,000 after buying an additional 183,237 shares in the last quarter. Morgan Stanley boosted its position in shares of Ford Motor Company by 22.4% in the third quarter. Morgan Stanley now owns 34,669,708 shares of the auto manufacturer's stock valued at $418,463,000 after buying an additional 6,348,720 shares in the last quarter. Finally, Norges Bank acquired a new position in shares of Ford Motor Company during the fourth quarter valued at $277,396,000. Institutional investors own 54.19% of the company's stock. Private Trust Co. NA increased its stake in Ford Motor Company, NYSEF, by 16.1% during the first quarter, according to its most recent 13F filing with the SEC. The institutional investor owned 24,996 shares of the auto manufacturer's stock after buying an additional 3,470 shares during the period. Private Trust Co. NA's holdings in Ford Motor Company were worth $290,000 as of its most recent SEC filing. Ford Motor Company, NYSEF, traded down 1.65% during midday trading on Wednesday, hitting $10.76. 54,670,105 shares of the stock were exchanged. The stock has a market cap of $42.85 billion, a PE ratio of 11.46 and a beta of 1.02. The stock's 50-day moving average is $11.25 and its 200-day moving average is $12.06. Ford Motor Company has a 52-week low of $10.67 and a 52-week high of $14.04. Ford Motor Company, NYSEF, last posted its quarterly earnings results on Thursday, April 27. The auto manufacturer reported 39 cents earnings per share for the quarter, topping the Thomson Reuters consensus estimate of 34 cents by 5 cents. The firm had revenue of $36.48 billion for the quarter, compared to the consensus estimate of $34.62 billion. Ford Motor Company had a net margin of 3.08% and a return on equity of 23.23%. The company's revenue for the quarter was up 3.5% on a year-over-year basis. During the same period last year, the firm posted 68 cents earnings per share. Analysts forecast that Ford Motor Company will post $1.54 EPS for the current fiscal year. The firm also recently declared a quarterly dividend, which will be paid on Thursday, June 1. Stockholders of record on Thursday, April 20, will be paid a 15 cents dividend. This represents a 60 cents annualized dividend and a dividend yield of 5.58%. The ex-dividend date is Tuesday, April 18. Ford Motor Company's dividend payout ratio is currently 52.63%. F has been the topic of several analyst reports. VETR cut shares of Ford Motor Company from a strong buy rating to a buy rating and set a $14.16 price target on the stock. In a research note on Monday, February 27. Tigris Financial reiterated a buy rating on shares of Ford Motor Company in a research note on Thursday, March 30. Nomura reiterated a buy rating and set a $14.80 price target on shares of Ford Motor Company in a research note on Tuesday, May 2. Royal Bank of Canada reiterated a buy rating and set a $14 price target on shares of Ford Motor Company in a research note on Friday, May 5. Finally, the Street cut shares of Ford Motor Company from a B- rating to a C rating in a research note on Thursday, January 26. Two equities research analysts have rated the stock with a sell rating, 9 have given a hold rating, 11 have assigned a buy rating and 1 has issued a strong buy rating to the company's stock. The company has a consensus rating of hold and a consensus target price of $13.64. In other news, Chairman William Clay Ford, Jr. acquired 171,379 shares of the business's stock in a transaction that occurred on Friday, March 24. The stock was purchased at an average cost of $11.67 per share, for a total transaction of $1,999,992.93. The transaction was disclosed in a document filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is available at this hyperlink. Also, insider David L. Schock sold 50,098 shares of Ford Motor Company stock in a transaction dated Friday, February 17. The shares were sold at an average price of $12.56, for a total transaction of $629,230.88. Following the sale, the insider now owns 243,039 shares of the company's stock, valued at $3,052,569.84. The disclosure for the sale can be found here. Over the last 90 days, insiders have sold 192,935 shares of company stock valued at $2,437,889. 1.10% of the stock is owned by company insiders. About Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is a global automotive and mobility company. The company's business includes designing, manufacturing, marketing, and servicing a full line of Ford cars, trucks, and sport utility vehicles, SUVs, as well as Lincoln luxury vehicles. The company operates in 4 segments: automotive, financial services, Ford Smart Mobility LLC, and central treasury operations. Receive news and ratings for Ford Motor Company daily. Enter your email address below to receive a concise daily summary of the latest news and analysts' ratings for Ford Motor Company and related companies with MarketBeat.com's free daily email newsletter.